10 dangerous effects of drugs on the human body. Welcome to our Plore. Prescription drugs or not, drug abuse causes a lot of changes to the human body, mostly pointing towards the negative side of things. While some drugs these days cause temporary side effects, there are others, especially the unregulated ones, which could lead to long-term consequences. Here are 10 dangerous effects of drugs on the human body that everyone should know. Before we start with our list, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to get the latest updates from our channel. Weight loss or weight gain. Many of us would think that weight loss or weight gain being considered as side effects for drug abuse isn't that dangerous. Well, it all depends on how quickly an individual lost or gained a substantial amount of weight. Drug addicts, for example, depending on the kind of substance they're taking, experience a sudden change in weight in a short amount of time. This affects the body in a whole different way, which often leads to serious health conditions in the future. Psychosis. This is definitely one of the obvious side effects of drugs on the human body. Amphetamines, for example, while they are quite useful in treating ADHD patients, can cause psychosis if taken for non-treatment purposes. Most people agree that the use of this substance gives an energizing feeling, but heavy users, more than 20% of them in fact, experience amphetamine psychosis with effects similar to schizophrenia. Acne, skin sores, and tooth decay. Methamphetamine is a neurotoxin that simply floods the brain with high levels of dopamine. While this drug is known to damage the brain's gray matter, heavy users of this drug are also prone to acne and skin sores. Coupled with lack of personal care like proper baths and oral hygiene, you'd have a clear idea of what crystal meth addicts look like. Coma. Inhalants, drugs that are absorbed through breathing, are known to damage internal organs, which may include kidneys, bones, and brains. While these drugs often have short-term side effects, fatal consequences occur at times. The condition called sudden sniffing death, for example, is something that an individual may experience because of irregular heartbeats or heart attacks. Liver cancer. While some people don't consider alcohol as a drug, it could definitely be one of the most dangerous in the world. A lot of people are addicted to it, and of course it causes a lot of health problems, including high blood pressure and liver cancer. Those who suffer from alcohol dependence even experience potentially fatal withdrawal symptoms. Dilated pupils. There are a lot of known drugs that affect an individual's vision. Hallucinogens like LSD or DMT induce dilated pupils resulting to blurry vision. Amphetamines like ecstasy and MDMA cause nystagmus, or the rapid quivering of the pupils. Crack cocaine, on the other hand, stimulates the brain and releases endorphins, an adrenaline that causes the user's pupils to dilate. HIV/AIDS. The relationship of HIV/AIDS and drug abuse has been solidified through a series of research studies and documentation from various health organizations. While it's impossible to get infected with HIV/AIDS just with drug use alone, it somehow increases the risks of getting infected, since most drug users share drug equipment and oftentimes have unprotected sex when high on drugs. Impotence. Drugs can mess up your brain a lot. Aside from health diseases like tuberculosis, heart problems, hepatitis, and gastrointestinal conditions, for men, drugs can cause premature or delayed ejaculation, poor response to sexual contact, and erectile dysfunction. Heroin addicts, for example, are known to avoid sexual contact because of their lack of interest in sex. High blood pressure. Stimulants such as Adderall and Ritalin have shown great results in treating ADHD and narcolepsy patients. On the other hand, these substances nowadays have been used a lot in college campuses, where students have to stay awake longer for their studies. Since these stimulants elevate the heart rate, blood pressure, and respiration, drug abuse of stimulants often result to high blood pressure and heart attacks. Disfiguration. We all know that drugs literally destroy our internal organs. Well, you probably didn't know this, but drugs also do a lot of damage to your physical appearance. If you take a look at the before and after transformation pictures of drug addicts, you'll notice that many of them have deformed noses, terrible skin breakouts, and scarring. Drugs can break you, mentally and physically.